Yeah, I had to cut that last video off, but that's all good and well, anyways. Because here we will get to the point of what we're doing here. This is the website that I'd redone. See, I've got quite a bit of work done on it. Even though that I didn't finish it, and I've used a lot of the same photos that they supplied me when I did their first sites. And we're going to use this as an example of how an algorithm works. I'm going to remind you here that an algorithm is just a set of instructions for taking an input and producing an output. Okay. Where the algorithm comes in is that the input that this web application takes on this storefront page is it takes what you press here, what category you click on, and it will generate a list of products based on that category. So you see here we're in the all categories section. I can go to wreaths. I'll just have the wreaths. Get some of the swags. I can go to the swags and get some swags. Get the best selling swags are the same thing as the regular swags. Go back to all categories. Okay, that and of course, if I go here to this wreaths page, I'm just looking at some more source HTML. Just the same as I was before. Just a different thing of source HTML, and that's where the programming comes in, where the algorithm comes in. That these products are generated. The product HTML is generated by the web server, and so if you look here and you see the products listings, you see we've got fresh wedding wreaths. Okay, and so each product has its own product name. It has its own minimum product price. That's another unique thing. It has a unique image. So every product will have an image that is used to display it. Okay, and so this is a photo here. So that's another unique thing. Another unique thing with each product is this View Details button. Then if I go here, show you this. Okay, that each product has its own unique link. Okay, that each one of these products has a details page, and so that's another unique element that the link that as you click on takes you to a different place, and that link has to, it's in the source HTML. They've all got a different link, so we got these different attributes here. We got the name, the image, the minimum price, and the link is all unique. And then if you go here to these images here, you will see here, like I've got this wedding darling 3-item mixed fresh greenery. Go back here to this and find this on our page. Okay, so here's this one right here. This product right here, this is the HTML. You'll see that we've got a bunch of images for this page, even though it's only showing one. And what this is a performance optimization thing. That I don't know what the state-of-the-art images are as of now, but back when I first did this site in 2017 and 2018. It was more like around 2018 that this WebP started getting popular, I think. But the high performance images were the WebPs, the JPEG 2s, and what was the other one? But basically, what this does right here is this loads multiple copies of the same image into the HTML, or multiple addresses, multiple locations. That again, this is a computer. When you go to a web server, you're sending something to a computer, and so just like any computer can have a folder with files, like here I've got the images folder that contains all these different images. And what happens is the web browser will pick the best image to use based on the size of the device and based on what is highest performance. That if you have a mobile phone and you're accessing a website, there's no need to load the full-blown, full-size image on there because it's going to be compressed to a little screen in the first place. And so, you want to load a reduced size image that's been trimmed down, scaled down to the appropriate size, and that'll make your website run faster because it doesn't take so long to load the images. When you go to a website, the web server starts sending stuff to your web browser, starts sending you images, starts sending you style sheets, all this stuff. And the lighter your images, the smaller they are in the file size, the faster they get sent, the faster your browser renders them. Okay, that's what contributes to a fast loading page. Is having your images optimized and having other things optimized. And so I would have have this on display. Whatever images we've got, for each screen size, I would have it display all of the different options, and that would display them in order of preference. That some browsers don't support all of these advanced image types, and so you've always got just a plain PNG or a plain JPG file, to fall back on. But that was another thing that I added to this. This is part of the original website, so I just reused the same thing, did the same thing with this one, and it's a performance optimization. And you see here, here's the JPEG. Oh yeah, JXR. Yeah, that's the other type of file. It was the WebPs, the JPEG 2s, and the JXR were the high performance images. And so first off, you get the smallest image you need for the for the screen you have, and then you also get the most optimized that your browser will accept. The reason that, again, this is all generated by programming. Okay, but this is not hand-coded HTML. I never wrote all of this HTML for all this stuff. Okay, and I never wrote pages and pages of HTML for this whole page is HTML for the all categories. I never wrote this page for the reefs. I can go here to do this. I never wrote this page what you do is you have the HTML generated dynamically based on the URL entered. Okay, so this Garland's URL, my web server will read that, and that tells my web server we need to display the Garlands. And so we're going to get into now. I'm going to show you the back-end infrastructure of how this is created, how these products are loaded, and I've got some programming set up in such a way as to be much easier to comprehend for you and much more intuitive. I want to show you the back-end database, and if you've watched this far, you must have some interest in this, because I've went a long ways going over this, that what I'm about to show you, like if you have an Etsy store, you have a whatever store, is some kind of online shop, I tend to think of Etsy, that's the main one that I know of. What I'm going to show you on this back end is going to be very, very similar to how Etsy or some other store that you go to sell stuff on works, and so that'll be kind of a neat thing for you just to see what that looks on the other end. And it'll also ultimately, again, I'm familiarizing you with programming, familiarizing you with algorithms, and this will all, we'll end up going back into ChatGPT. We'll go into the machine learning algorithms. I'll have eventually my hand-coded chatbots, and the whole package will be really, really nice. You'll be really able to understand stuff. And so to close out this video, the algorithm takes an input and produces an output. The input that my algorithm takes, or my series of algorithms, whatever you want to call it, is it takes this category that is loaded into the URL. And it takes, if it says all categories, it loads them all. It takes the rees, it loads the rees. And here we got the swags, loads the swags. And so in the next video, I'll get into the back end of how this works.